All right. Hello, everybody. Just kind of going on my little Hakusho mini rant series here. First video I did was a little scripted. These other two are just kind of like, these are like nuggets of ideas that I don't really feel like I can turn into like these really super long videos. So that's why I'm not structuring them too much. Just kind of like, I'm sort of taking advantage of the little bit of time and quiet I have to do it. And I'm just kind of curious. But yeah, I don't even know how in depth this is. I wish I could say that I thought about it this much, but anyway, as you might suggest by the title, a long time ago, I didn't grow up with Yu Yu Hakusho. I watched a little bit of it in college and then finished it, I think a little after college. So right around the time I started getting into doing YouTube videos and stuff and talking to people. And I met my buddy, the anime hero, got me into Hunter x Hunter, which in turn got me a bit into Hakusho. And man, I really did love Hunter x Hunter, and I probably have to go back and make some more videos about that at some point, kind of watch the old series again. But it's ironic that Hunter x Hunter led me to Hakusho, which is, obviously what people knew Togashi Best Foreign is the more popular, better known series. At least I think it was at the time. Sometimes I wonder if Hakusho has been trumped a bit by Hunter x Hunter, but it's hard to say because Hunter x Hunter has been a bit more current. But anyway, see how much of a tangent this is already. Basically, around the time I actually finished Hakusho, I didn't grow up with it, so I didn't have a lot of nostalgia for it. So I watched it pretty fresh. It's a good while ago now, but years ago. But I really, really liked the show, and I valued how well paced it was, how well written it was, how it really is just a really good template for a battle shonen series that has some, intricate themes, some smartly written characters, and it's just really well done. Well animated, some great fight scenes, etc. There's really a really well done battle shonen series. I think it's one of the great templates for it for certain. But around that time, I remember after finishing the show, I kind of thought to myself, there really wasn't much beyond Hakusho. Like, at least as of recording this, there hasn't really been a remake or a sequel or anything. I think they had one movie, so it's one of those shows that has a reputation based on how good it is, without constantly going back into the IP and making more stuff and stretching it out like other shows do, which is fine. I think it shows a testament to how good the show is and its legacy. But I kind of thought about an idea, like if I was going to do some kind of sequel for Hakusho, I just kind of thought that it would take place. Like, I guess probably a good, maybe like what, 10 years sounds good after the events of the series. And everybody's kind of lived these normal lives. And basically, Yusuke is living a fairly normal life. And I'm sure some people have thought of this. He gets attacked. Basically, some demon, some monster comes after him. And he kind of gets pulled back in based on that. Somebody is trying to kill him. He goes back and investigates and find out that there is kind of what we never got before in the last arc. There is somebody trying to overthrow things and start like this great war in the other world, and it's kind of starting to bleed over, but there's like some prophecy thinking, that Yusuke is going to be the threat to bring this guy down, right? And so there's going to be some, obviously, like monstrous lord or whatever that's trying to kind of take him out. And of course, the interesting thing about it, this is all very basic, but I think the main focus that I would like to see, if there ever was something like that, would be that Yusuke, and maybe to some extent his friends, I think his friends, probably like Hiei and Kurama, probably would have some level of skill and were keeping up with things, doing specific other things, fighting or getting involved with those other elements. But I think that him, and specifically Kuwabara, they obviously have their natural tendencies of spirit, energy, and power, but they're very rusty. They're not as powerful as they once were. So they're actually at a disadvantage. And really, that's going to be part of it. The brunt of it will actually be on them getting trained to kind of get back to where they were originally before they can, of course, find new power-ups and find some journey. They got to have to find some sort of, ancient amulet or something, some device, for a fetch quest sort of thing to learn the power-up. They got to find a new master, go through the training. Meanwhile, they're going to be having to hold off this other great crisis. And basically, I never developed it any more than that because, I was just thinking, I typically don't delve into fan fiction too much. Like maybe if anybody was interested, maybe I would, but I just always pictured like how it would start. It's just, Yusuke living a normal life. I don't even know what he'd be doing, but, and he just gets snuck up on by some monster. that draws him in. He gets help. He gets some exposition dropped on him, and how like it would have this really strong horror edge to it, and kind of it would be a much darker thriller show, I think, at least initially, and of course it would lighten up a little more. But I think there is real potential for a Hakusho sequel like that to really kind of develop the characters further and maybe balance their lifestyle, specifically between leading their normal lives and being the heroes. And like I said, I don't know if that would ever happen. I feel like that's like the most obvious way to do it. I don't know if anybody's ever thought of something similar. Maybe they've gone into much more detail, but sometimes, you sort of daydream to yourself about like different things you do with certain characters. I mean, that was like, I guess the first creative ideas of like pre-writing I did, and I think a lot of kids do growing up. It used to be how much like Dragon Ball fan fiction I had in my head growing up as a kid is really just kind of recycled and slightly adjusted things I saw before. But I mean, we got a lot of that basically with Dragon Ball Super. So I just think that Hakusho really has some good potential for sequels, and I'd like to see it. And that's basically how I would start it, and generally what I would do. Kind of explore some of the things we didn't get to in that last arc to expand the world, but really explore the characters as they mature and having to kind of rediscover where they are now. So another random Hakusho thought, but kind of wanted to get that out there. Maybe not the smoothest video, but I don't know. If anybody has any interest in the idea or expanding on it, let me know. But I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching, listening. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And, of course, subscribe if you haven't. Share the video and stay magical. And, of course, hit that little bell, notifications and whatnot. Bye-bye.